I have been performing stand-up comedy now for about 8 years. It was either July or August of 2017. I believe it was actually August 4th. I decided to try out my first ever open mic, and I had a blast. And it was a while. I remember back in June of that year, 2017, I sent out a tweet on Twitter and I said, hey, anybody in hashtag Central Alberta know of any comedy spots in Red Deer that somebody like me could try stand up comedy? And I got a response by somebody by the name of Cindy Red Deer. And Cindy said, reach out to Clint W. He will get you started. Sure enough, I reached out to Clint and his amazing game show, and Clint told me to check out Meeting Waters Coffee Roastery, where I would eventually go to my first open mic in August. And the day I showed up, they were having a So You Think You're Funny Red Deer comedy competition. I ended up tying first with another individual, and that was kind of my moment where originally I just wanted to try comedy once and leave it. Just say, hey, I tried stand up comedy as a blind person, and I did it. Hooray, go me. Okay, let's move on to something else, because I know I could make people laugh one at a time, but I never thought of doing it in the form of making an entire audience laugh. And, well, I fell in love with it. People were laughing at my jokes. I had such a good time. And I just kept coming back to Meeting Waters Coffee Roastery every month ever since. Then came October. I got my first big break. I got to do a few bowling alley shows in Red Deer, Alberta. Then came November. A gentleman by the name of Sterling Scott, well-known comedian. Sterling came to Red Deer, and I had the opportunity to perform with him. And that kind of cemented my belief that, hey, I can start calling myself a stand-up comedian. And I remember I really wanted my own Netflix special. My dream was always to sell out Rogers Place. And those are my aspirations for many years. I had a moment of gratitude a few months ago when I performed a comedy show in Calgary. And making all those people laugh in Calgary, it occurred to me, I realized, I truly love performing stand-up comedy because it makes me feel whole as a person. When I perform my jokes about being blind on stage, it's a form of educating the public on what it means for me to be blind. Here's how I work through it. It kind of sucks, but here's how I've learned to laugh at it. And it occurred to me that night in Calgary, I really just love being on this stage. And it's been 8 years. I still have no Netflix original. I still have no selling out arenas stature. But it occurred to me, I don't want any of those things anymore. I don't have the goal to sell out Rogers Place. I don't have the goal of getting my own Netflix special, because I love comedy so much that when I'm on stage, even if it's a bad night, I am so happy to be there. I am so happy to make a few people laugh. And if only 3 people show up and I make all of those 3 people laugh, hey, that's 100% in my book. And it occurred to me that comedy makes me feel like that was why I was placed on this earth. I was put here to make others laugh. I was put here to make the world feel hilariously good. And I was put here to make myself feel good. Because when I make you laugh, or when I make a general audience laugh, I'm feeling so much happiness in my soul. I feel like the best way to describe it is, say you have a really bad hangover. I'm not much into drinking myself, but say you have a really bad hangover. When you're on stage, the best way to describe it is when you get that first laugh out of the way, your hangover is gone. It's just gone. When I'm on stage and I make people laugh, I feel incredible. I feel the energy. I feel the love. I feel gratitude. When I'm on stage, it's not necessarily about the money. It's about bringing joy to people. And I'll still make money, obviously, right? Because if you're good at something, you might as well get paid for it. And for me, I'm at the part of my comedy career where I could care less if I get a Netflix appearance. I could care less if I hit the road with some famous guy and I get to open for him. Because at the end of the day, when I'm on stage performing comedy, that is when I am at my happiest form. That is when anything going on in my life just melts away. And I think that is the meaning of gratitude. I think that is the meaning of feeling whole. I think that is the meaning of what stand-up comedy means to me as a person. But I am so happy that I am in that part of my career now, because I don't have to do good for anybody other than myself. If I get invited to do a gig and I can make those people laugh, that is always a win in my books. I'm no longer going to comedy in hopes to make something of myself. I'm performing stand-up comedy in hopes to make myself feel blessed, in hopes to make myself feel like I'm making a positive impact on the world around me. It's no longer about trying to get that job. It's no longer about trying to get that dream. Now, I have realized I am the dream and I'm living the dream. And as long as I can hold a microphone in my hand, there's no stopping me. And that just means I love performing that much. I hope you've enjoyed today's blog. What I like to do is I like to talk into my phone here and I save it as a dictation. And then I put that dictation up on blindguycomedy.com. And we're trying something different. We're going to actually put the video up on top of this blog as well. So if you don't feel like reading, you can just listen to it. This is J.R. Bjarnson, and I thank you so much for hanging out with me. And when you want to keep up to date with me, keep it locked to blindguycomedy.com. And of course, the Blind Guy Comedy YouTube channel. Hit subscribe over there, and we will have some new comedy clips coming eventually. I want to start posting more of my stuff online. I'm still trying to get over that belief that if I post my stuff online, no one will want to come see me. But apparently, if you post your stuff online, people are more likely to come see you because they saw your stuff online and they want to come support you in person.